Jack steps out of his coffin and out of town. Sheeran sings for a soul. 7-Eleven declares the pandemic over. Gold medal and Pepto make strange bedfellows. And Vogue takes Paris to the Met. All on the next edition of This Week Down the Rabbit Hole. Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome to another episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm DT Critic, the fearless captain of this questionable vessel, armed with nothing but a virtual sword and an arsenal of hot takes that are about as sharp as a rubber spoon. Think of me as Alice in Wonderland's less graceful, more awkward cousin. But hey, we're here to navigate the rabbit holes of the internet together, no matter how deep or dark they may be. So let's get down and dirty with some trending topics, shall we? And don't worry, I promise to keep it mostly PG-13. At least until the body jokes start flying. But hey, that's why you're here coming back all the time, aren't you? Story number 1. Jack the Impaler. Did you see Jack Nicholson at the latest Lakers game? The guy looked like he just crawled out of a tomb after a long night of partying with Dracula. But hey, maybe his undead appearance was just what the Lakers needed to win their first playoff series in front of a live audience since 2012. I mean, who wouldn't be intimidated by a Hollywood legend who looks like he's been feasting on the blood of Laker haters? Maybe his vampiric energy inspired the team to go all out and give the other guys a real bloodbath on the court. A 40-point bloodbath at that. And let's not forget about the fans. I'm sure they were thrilled to see Jack back in action, even if he looked like he was ready to bite someone's neck off. After all, he's a legend in LA, and we all know that LA loves its legends, whether they be alive or undead. So the next time you're at a Lakers game and you see Jack Nicholson lurking in the shadows, don't be afraid. Embrace the darkness and let it inspire you to victory, just like it did for the Lakers. And who knows, maybe Jack will even invite you to join him for a drink after the game. Just be sure to watch your neck. Story number 2. Singing the blues is a legal defense. Well. It looks like Ed Sheeran is taking a page out of the old school playbook and singing for supper. But instead of belting out classic tunes and smoky bars, he's singing his Grammy Award-winning song, Thinking Out Loud, in a courtroom during his trial over copyright violations of the song, Let's Get It On. I mean, I've heard of singing for your meals, but singing for your legal defense? It's a whole new level. Maybe Ed's hoping that his smooth, soulful voice will woo the judge and jury into giving him a pass on the alleged copyright infringement. Or maybe he just really wants to show off his singing skills in front of a captive audience. Either way, it's clear that Ed is not afraid to use his talents to defend himself in court. But let's hope that he sticks to singing and doesn't try to represent himself legally, because that could get real bad really fast. And who knows, maybe this is the start of a new trend in the legal world. Imagine a future where lawyers and judges have to compete in singing competitions to win their cases. It could be like The Voice meets Law & Order. But let's be real, most lawyers can't carry a tune. And maybe we should just leave the singing to the professionals, like Ed Sheeran. Story number 3. 7-Eleven beats Dr. Fauci in declaring an end to the pandemic. Bring your own cup day at 7-Eleven. It's like a bacchanalian feast for slushy beans. It's the one day of the year where we can get together, toss our inhibitions aside, and fill whatever the hell we want with some sugar and ice. From beer helmets to breast implants, if you can drink out of it, you can fill it with a slushie. And let's face it, after a year and a half of pandemic-induced social distancing, who the hell cares about germs anymore? Just lick your fingers, breathe on your friends, and make out with strangers, while chugging your giant cup of syrupy, brain-freezing goodness. It's worth the risk, right? Okay, maybe I exaggerate. We should probably still be mindful of our health and safety, even as we indulge in our favorite frozen treats. But you know what they say, life is short, and sometimes you just gotta grab it by the slushie dispenser and go for it. So to all the wild and crazy 7-Eleven customers out there celebrating Bring Your Own Cup Day, let your freak flag fly. But try not to get too wasted and vomit all over the sidewalk. And to COVID-19, sorry, we're too busy living our best lives to give a crap about you. Maybe you should have just been more delicious. Huh? Story number 4. Gold medal flower competes for the Salmonella Olympics. Well, what do we have here? Gold medal flower, the supposedly cream of the crop, has decided to pull its flower from the shelves due to salmonella contamination. How thrilling. But let's not dwell on the negative. I'm sure the folks at Gold Medal Flour are thrilled to have their product associated with bacteria that can cause vomiting, fever, and abdominal cramps. Who needs to be known for quality and consistency when you can be known for potential hospitalization? I mean, who needs a reliable source of sustenance when you can play a food roulette with your health, right? It's like the Hunger Games, but instead of fighting for survival, we're just hoping we don't end up with a case of explosive diarrhea. So let's raise a glass of Pepto-Bismol in honor of Gold Medal Flour, a brand that knows how to keep us on our toes and in the toilet. Who needs a clean bill of health when you can have a little danger in your diet? Am I right? Am I right? Story number 5. Vogue goes old school with Met Gala invite. You're my boy, Blue! Oh, Vogue, you saucy minx. You've really outdone yourself this time. You've invited Paris Hilton to the Met Gala. And we can only assume it's because despite the fact that she hasn't been relevant since George W. Bush was president, she's an expert in the art of exposure. Yes, Paris Hilton, the OG reality starlet, is back and ready to strut her stuff on the red carpet because nothing screams high fashion like a woman who's being famous for being famous and having a rich daddy. But who needs talent or creativity when you can have someone who knows how to operate a selfie stick? We can only imagine the outfit choices she'll make. Perhaps something Sheeran revealing, or maybe just a strategically placed piece of bling. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. So kudos to you, Vogue, for recognizing the importance of a good old-fashioned scandal. We can't wait to see the kind of debauchery the night will bring. Will Paris Hilton wear a barely there dress? Or will she bring her Chihuahua date and discuss the benefits of doggy cloning? Or will she party like it's 1999? Vogue and Paris are taking us for a ride, and there's no getting off now. So let's raise a glass to Paris Hilton, the true queen of the Met Gala, and a second glass raised to Vogue, reminding us to push the boundaries of what is socially acceptable, and that they actually believe that it's all rubbish. Cheers! Well, that's it for this week's Down the Rabbit Hole. Remember, whether you're sipping on your slushie from your sock puppet at 7-Eleven, baking with anything but Gold Medal flour, or channeling your inner Paris Hilton at the Met Gala, stay curious. And if you happen to see Jack Nicholson lurking in the shadows at a Lakers game, don't be afraid. Just remember, Jack and Drac have been on drinking terms, and Jack's beverage of choice is still not red-colored for now. This is DT Critic signing off, reminding you that bloody drinks and sex tapes don't mix, no matter what Jack and Paris have to say about it.